So segmenting and blending is a phonemic awareness skill, and we need to look at what phonemic awareness is to be able to understand why phonemic awareness is a really important component to reading. So phonemic awareness is being able to discriminate the individual speech sounds, or what we call phonemes, in a word, and then being able to hear what they are, to be able to segment, and then being able to blend them together. So if there's any difficulties with segmenting and blending, we know that that's a strong indicator of a reading difficulty. So as far as having segmenting and blending assessments, it's really important early on to do some assessments in this area, because it's a really good indicator of who's going to need the most support. But with that in mind, what we actually do is, it's basically we're breaking something up in the simplest way, and we're putting it back together again. So if the word is cat, I've just said the whole word, cat. Now if I want to break that up, I have to be able to hear the three sounds, k, at, in order to be able to write it. If I have the word in front of me and I need to be able to read it, I have to be able to look at those three graphemes in the word and sound them out by going k, at, and then blending them together to know that the word is cat. So if we can't segment and blend, it's going to affect our ability to read. It's also going to affect our ability to spell. So that's why segmenting and blending is a really important component in decoding. And that's also why using a synthetic phonics approach is really important, because it reinforces segmenting and blending all the time. Whereas other phonics approaches may not look at the individual speech sounds. So if, for example, if we were going to use an onset rhyme phonics approach, you would not be looking at the individual speech sounds. You'd be breaking the word up into, say, k, at instead, which can have other difficulties because you're not reinforcing the segmenting and blending of the individual sounds. That's what segmenting and blending is, and that's why it's so important. And it's also why synthetic phonics is a great way to teach reading from the onset, because it reinforces those skills.